Alright guys, so I'm going to be going over a requested issue here. It is with, her name's Lisa Edwards. Apparently this happened in Knoxville. It's been, I guess, all over the news and everything like that. Happened a while back, so I've been asked to cover it. So I'll give my opinion on everything here. So let's get into it. And by the way, thanks for everybody watching the channel. Best way to support me, just watch the video all the way through, free of charge. So it says here, Lisa Edwards was taken by paramedics to Blount Memorial Hospital where she is diagnosed with constipation. Edwards sought additional care at Fort Sanders Regional Medical Center and stayed overnight. So they kept her overnight for some reason. And it looks like Blount Memorial diagnosed her with constipation and released her. And then she was released the next day from Fort Sanders Regional Medical Center, leading to the situation where the police were called. So I wonder what she was treated for and diagnosed with at Fort Sanders Regional Medical Center. I mean, they kept her overnight for some reason. So something must have been going on there. Let's see. And yeah, here it is. Edwards' death has been highly discussed on social media, including Twitter and the hashtag Justice for Lisa Edwards. So what I want to do here is I want to, and I've checked out the video, and there's a lot of what do you call it? If you hadn't heard, I'll let you guys listen to it. I don't know if I'll get flagged for this on YouTube or not for copyright, but let me see if I can find it here. Let's see. Yeah, here it is.
What the hell did you do to your hair?
It's makeover Monday.
It's Friday. I don't know if she's faking it or what, but she's not answering.
All right, so the officer says, I don't know if she's faking it or what, but she's not answering. And there's a lot of that, a lot of questioning from the officers whether this woman is just pretending to have issues from the moment that they encountered her. So I noticed that.
Then tonight, the death of a woman in police custody caught on video. 60-year-old Lisa Edwards died after an autopsy shows she suffered a stroke about 15 minutes after officers put her in the back seat of a patrol car. A warning tonight, parts of this video may be too graphic for younger viewers. Prosecutors did clear all of the officers involved for their actions, but tonight, reporter Caitlin Keenahan spoke to the family of the woman who died in police custody, and they still have questions.
Police got a call for trespassing at Fort Sanders Regional Medical Center.
They want you to leave their property, ma'am.
I can't walk.
Oh, why can't you walk?
Okay, so here's where, you know, the issue starts, okay? So the officer says that they want her to leave, and she says she can't because she can't walk. And he says, why can't you walk? And she says, I've got a stroke on my left side. So at that point, you know, something led up to them arresting her and putting her in, I think they tried at first to put her in like a paddy wagon. I think maybe a van that Knoxville Police has, and that wasn't working. So they pretty much laid her down, I believe, in the back of the police car. We'll see.
Family members say Lisa Edwards has not walked since 2019.
She was not able to open and close her hand, walk, none of that.
The hospital discharged the 60-year-old, but she wouldn't leave.
I don't want to go.
Okay, so at this point, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the medical records are really going to come into play here on why they discharged her and whether she was medically okay to be discharged. That's one of the things I think attorneys are going to be looking into. The other thing is, the police officers the whole time were thinking, she was faking it from the moment that they interacted with her till the moment that they pulled her out of the back of the police car deceased. And that, did the police officers do anything legally wrong? In my opinion, no. But there definitely needs to be some training involved for more medical situations, if you will, that officers encounter. And it can range anywhere from a mental medical issue to, people having strokes, seizures, whatever. You know what I mean? It's almost like anymore that if a police officer can't write a ticket, like a traffic ticket or an infraction, and they really have to figure out what's going on, it seems like they really struggle in figuring out what's going on. It's almost like police officers, unless they can write a ticket, they're useless. That's the way it feels anymore. Almost like doctors, like you feel like if a doctor can't prescribe you something, then it almost feels like they're useless. Here anymore, it almost feels like if a police officer can't write you a ticket, then he's pretty much useless for whatever is coming his way. You know what I mean? It's going to be a disaster. That's kind of the feeling I get from interactions with police officers here lately, and it all falls back to training. I think a lot of police officers are, it's just, especially police officers that's been on the force for a long time, they're burnt out. And they're not going to give it up because of the retirement. At that point, they're probably in it just for the retirement. And at that point, if that's the case, the retirement and the benefits, you're probably going to start having some issues with those officers not making the best decisions, if you know what I mean. Because number one, at that point, until they do retire, they're in it for the wrong reason. They're in it for the retirement and the benefits instead of serving the people. That's my opinion. So I think these police departments, when you get these guys that are 5 years, 10 years from retirement, hey, we want to see you get to retirement without any issues, without any internal affair investigations, any, what's that one where they're just too rough on you or whatever it is. I forget what they call that. I guess in football it'd be unnecessary roughness, but they're excessive use of force. You know what I mean? That's it. I think police departments, once those guys are getting close to retirement and are just, probably in it for the benefits and the retirement, keep an eye on them. Get them there and make sure they get there okay, because they've earned it. But at the same time, don't let them get into a situation to where they screw it up. So let's hear what the attorney for the police officer says here.
John Bosch, an attorney representing two of the officers in this case, says people not cooperating is common.
It's difficult, very stressful, and you have to adapt to every single situation.
KPD.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think she wasn't cooperating. I think she was having trouble. There's a difference between like not cooperating and saying, hey, I'll do what you asked me to do, but you're going to have to give me a little bit of help. But at the same time, the officers can't be like, well, we ain't going to wipe your ass for you. the police officers are going to have a little bit more compassion nowadays with everything going on. And this perfect example, these officers look like they're older. Again, like, they're close to retirement. And anytime also you have, police officers dealing with stressful situations all day, they get one situation to where they have to show empathy and actually, on the protect and serve, they've got to serve at this one call that they go on. If they're jacked up and pissed off from the call they just got off of, then, you're going to have an issue if they can't bring it down a couple notches and actually help the person resolve the issue if there is a medical reason that's going on there, like in her case. I don't, she wasn't combative, I don't think. She was just telling them, hey, I've had a stroke. If you want me to leave, y'all gonna, or you're gonna arrest me, y'all gonna have to help me because, half my body's paralyzed, basically. And it sounds like to me they got pissed off. Did they do anything illegal? No. Morally, it's hard to watch because morally they treated her in kind of almost in an inhumane way. So that all falls back though to training and treating people the way you want to be treated. You know what I mean? I'm sure I know that the world has no shortage of jerks in it. We all know that. But we don't need those jerks to have badges on. You know what I mean? So let's finish watching this.
He tried to arrest Edwards for criminal trespassing.
Oh no,
Step up, okay?
again,
You have to.
pull me back.
That's when the commentary took a turn.
I can't pick her up because she's dead weight. She's not even her dead legs.
I'm tired of this dead weight crap.
So you got an officer saying, I'm tired of this dead weight crap, knowing that she's got medical issues. She's had a stroke, half her body's paralyzed. That's the part right there that I feel would be treating her in an inhumane way right there. And I don't blame the family for getting an attorney involved. This is hard to watch.
Because this is all an act.
Edwards said,
Oh, and the officer just said this is all an act.
that's when the commentary took a turn.
I can't pick her up because she's dead weight. She's not even her dead legs.
I'm tired of this dead weight crap. Because this is all an act.
Edward's son and daughter-in-law watched the video.
She shouldn't be treated like that. Nobody should be treated like that. They wouldn't treat their mom like that. So why would you treat my mom like that?
Yeah, it's hard to watch. This poor guy, he's talking about his mom. He said, yeah, they wouldn't treat their mom like that. Why would they treat my mom like that? And he's got a good point. I think he's got an excellent point.
But Bosch says it's complicated.
I can see honestly how there may be folks that could be troubled by it, but they believed that they had a medically stable individual.
Eventually, officers got her into a cruiser.
Well, that's the problem. And you can almost say that the way the officers reacted, that they really didn't care if she was medically stable or not. They were aggravated with her to the point where they just wanted to get her in the police car and get her ass down to the police station. And that bit them in the ass. That bit them in the ass right there. Because, now they got her in the back of the police car. They laid her down in the back of the police car. Knowing she's got medical issues, that she's had a stroke. And for the attorney representing the police officers to say that, I don't know if I'd be wanting him representing me.
There may be folks that could be troubled by it, but they believed that they had a medically stable individual.
Eventually,
They believed that they had a medically stable individual. I can tell you, me personally, if I was a police officer and I was dealing with someone who's had, past strokes and she's acting the way she is acting, now this falls back on departmental procedures. Maybe these officers are under stress to get a call like this wrapped up in 30 minutes or less. I don't know. But you've got a known woman here with past medical issues, and she's getting treated inhumanely, falsely accusing her of faking what's going on with her. I don't blame the family for getting an attorney involved.
Officers got her into a cruiser. Then the breathing stopped. When the officer checked the back 15 minutes later, he found Edwards unconscious.
I don't know if she's faking it or what, but she's not answering.
See, there she is, dead. Now she's dead. And what's the officer say? I don't know if she's faking it or what. Even when she's dead, they still think she's faking it. That's sick. That's disturbing to watch right there.
EMTs took Edwards back to the hospital where she was declared dead in Knoxville. Caitlin Kinahan.
Wow, guys. So tell me what you think. I've been asked to cover this, so definitely prayers for the family involved. There's gonna have to be more training for police officers out there, because if you're watching this and you're a police officer or you're an ex-police officer, what do you think? Chime in on this, because I feel like, and I'm sure, let me know what you guys think about my theory on this, or my feelings on this. I feel like if a police officer cannot write a ticket anymore for speeding or some kind of infraction, and they actually have to do something like this, they're pretty much useless. And again, I fall back on doctors too. I feel like there's a lot of doctors out there that if they can't write you a prescription, then they're pretty much useless because they can't diagnose what the hell you got going on. So let me know what you think about my opinion on this. So after watching this, I really feel like it was very disturbing to watch, and there's definitely some training that needs to happen. More patience, more empathy, and more caring just for people. Because like that guy said, they wouldn't treat their mom like that. Why'd they treat my mom like that? I have to agree with him. So let me know your thoughts below. I'll see you on the next video.